Yeah, the simplest ways, first of all, important to understand why it happens. It is strictly a result of the presence of the stress hormones, activating the central nervous system to put your body in a state of protection from perceived threat. And so there are some things that you can take that will help to calm this down, namely things like magnesium is a great substance to take to sedate the activity of the central nervous system. Oftentimes, if you take 1 part calcium to 3 parts magnesium, that'll help tremendously. The B vitamins are incredibly important in sedating the nervous system. But realistically, this is a normal phenomenon that animals go through when they're confronted with a perceived threat. And it's a stage of the trauma response that has to be dissipated in order for it to be eliminated. So in order for it to be dissipated, there are a couple of things that need to be done. Number one is to acknowledge that you are experiencing it and give yourself permission to experience it. In other words, recognize that it's happening, acknowledge that it's happening, and feel the sensation of it happening. Because the way animals disperse this energy, for instance, if a lion is chasing an antelope in the Serengeti, and the animal that's trying to get away is full of fear, and the lion is closing, and then the closer the lion gets, if that animal perceives that it's going to be killed, the first thing that it does is lay down and play dead. And in that state, it alters the brainwave frequencies, which causes it to go into a state of what they call hypnagogic awareness, which means that they're aware of the environmental stress, but they're not experiencing the results of that stress. And then the reason that they do this is in hopes that the lion will come up on them and lose interest because the chase is over and it's of no value to them anymore, and that they're looking for something more challenging or something that more viable, and that the animal that's been chased will have the opportunity to jump up and run away at that point. If it does not have that opportunity, then it's going to get eaten and devoured, but it gets eaten and devoured in this hypnagogic state, and so it actually feels no pain as it's being shredded apart into food for this lion. However, if the lion looks away and the opportunity to escape appears, then the next response, as part of the trauma response on the part of the animal, is to shake and quiver. And if you watch any of the National Geographic's sections on animals chasing animals, you'll see this thing happen very distinctly and very vividly, where they begin to shake and quiver, and it's a final stage of the trauma response. So it's a good thing if it can be dissipated. But in order to facilitate the dissipation of these symptoms, what you really have to do is, number one, acknowledge it, number two, accept it, and number three, spend a few minutes with it and allow it to dissipate naturally out of your body. And in effect, by doing this, you're inducing the hypnagogic state, which is nothing more than either a hypnotic or a meditative state in your own body, which means you're dropping your brainwave frequencies into a range of frequencies that will allow the shaking and the trembling to disappear on their own.